Love is for tomorrow. Reunion.
He's all yours, Kovac said after exhaling his first drag. The room held the tense figure of Antoine Kovac and the man they had followed down from Gare du Nord train station. Kovac smelled of cigarettes and strong aftershave. Nigel smelled of fear. He had been quietly fidgeting on the only chair in the room and turned to Antoine with a look of despair. Antoine began with patience in his voice. Nigel, let's try this again. We know you are here for a meeting. It's so important that you have to do it face to face. We just want you to know what your meeting is about. We know it's happening, we just want to know why.
I don't know what you're talking about, Nigel started saying. I'm just a reporter. I want the name of your superiors. You have no right to hold a... Kerrie, why are you meeting Kerrie at 9? Kovac called out. The little color Nigel had on his skin disappeared as Kovac said the name. He kept a brave face, yet sounded less convincing when he replied, I don't know who you're talking about. Kovac looked at Antoine. What are you thinking? Kovac said. We don't have a lot of time, Antoine replied, looking down at his watch. It was 8:30. Agreed, Kovac said. Before anyone could react, he pulled a gun out of his leather jacket and squeezed the trigger. A muffled bang rang out in the tiny room. A dart lay embedded in Nigel's thigh. It's not particularly what I had in mind, Antoine said, giving Kovac a cold look. Antoine hurried to Nigel, who was quickly losing consciousness and slipping off his chair. He felt the dead weight in his arms as he lowered Nigel's body to the floor. Antoine then pulled the tranquilizer dart from his leg. Why do you even have this with you? Antoine quizzed Kovac about the dart. Maybe for you, maybe for me. It's a long way back. We talked a lot about this reunion. At least one of us can get some peace of mind.
What do we do now? Antoine asked. We take him with us, Kovac replied, pointing down at the carpet. They carefully rolled Nigel into the carpet, shouldered him and carried him to the edge of the staircase. They still had to get past the receptionist, a Frenchman in his teens with a strong accent, and even stronger acne problem. Antoine gave Kovac a knowing look and walked down the stairs, whistling. Bonjour, monsieur. Une question, s'il vous plaît. Pourriez-vous me montrer? Antoine escorted the Frenchman into the adjacent room. With this distraction working, Antoine walked out of the hotel with view of Kovac just ahead of him and with the carpet in hand. He opened the trunk of the rented blue sedan to allow Kovac to place the cargo inside. I told you it's going to be a walk in the park, Kovac said, shuffling through his music. Word to now. Antoine had hoped to confirm the location via Nigel, but Antoine knew how Kerrie thought.
Drive down to the end of Champs-Élysées. Knowing her, she will be by the Pavillon Les Doyens. The song from Kovac's Lifty soundtrack filled the air. Let's make this quick, Kovac said. I only have one playlist and I'm running out of cigarettes.
Thank you for watching. Be sure to download a free copy of Love is for Tomorrow Reunion on Amazon. Find Love is for Tomorrow on Facebook and do not forget to subscribe. All the links are below.